them boys about to mass up. Lectures from the devil got you piping hot.
Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Colts and the Steelers coming up next.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center. First carry for Najee Harris. Into the secondary, past the 40. And now the rookie's free. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, we have seen some rookie running backs come in and have a big impact year one. And this guy would certainly fit that bill, as that was one heck of a run there.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big playability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Throwing to start the drive. Eason. This to the outside for Mack. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Coming up on 2nd and 7. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And maybe Shane's in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Now Eason. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Take it in at the 22. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And some room to run now. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Steelers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Rodgers on the return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Eason gets hit and the ball pops free. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the yellow. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Steelers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And here's Rodgers to return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Eason looking deep for Hilton. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 144 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. They'll run on first down. It's Harris. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
On second down, this is Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris. What is going on here? 4 first-quarter touchdowns. Unbelievable. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. Rodgers on the return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. It was Melvin Ingram that time who shot in to bring him down. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Eason. This goes out right to Doyle. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Eason sets to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the side.
Gets through, and now an opening. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris, 55 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boswell for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And here's Rodgers to return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And we take some time to spotlight T.Y. Hilton now. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Something to get him the ball. We'll see if they can do it. Here's Mack to get it again on second down. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up third and about 6.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
But he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? Second quarter and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Time to see Jacob Eason and company go back to work. The second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Here's Mack to get it again on second down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Throwing is Eason. Eason gets hit, and the ball pops free. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
And you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have an excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Man, let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
My good friend, I'm just going to pose the question to you. Did that look like a pass that he should have thrown?
Now, the rookie probably needs to be a little bit more careful in these situations.
Yeah, that throw will turn him into a veteran quicker, but not in the way that he wants. He wants to learn his lessons by making good throws, not throws like that.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense...
That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. We focus our attention now on T.Y. Hilton as he gets ready to head back onto the field. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter. They're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's 2 sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure...
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards.
We saw these guys have some big plays in their wild card win last week, and they're certainly going to need to continue to put up plays like we just saw there.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get them about 5 yards. So it's on to halftime. You sure you're ready for the 3rd quarter? Need to use a bathroom or anything? All right, cool. Let's go. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. Rodgers on the return. And he returns this to the 22. Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Throwing to start the drive. Eason, left side, Doyle with it. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good game and a first down.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On the handoff, Taylor. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Here's Eason to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Anyone who watched Najee Harris at Alabama knows the kind of strength that this guy runs with, and he's continuing on that path here at the next level. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here's Rodgers to return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. This is taken at the 18. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
On 2nd down now, it's Harris. That's shedding his way forward, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris from 17 yards out. And the Steelers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead will swell by 1 more. That time a 6-play drive. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Rodgers on the return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Back now in Pittsburgh. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Melvin Ingram getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And taken right at the 35. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. On 1st down, Harris. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They run the counter. Harris.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag. He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled
pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Steelers are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. They still can't get it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And the catch made by Hilton. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them.
Eason in trouble, and down he goes. Devin Bush in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. After the sack on 1st down. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. He's going to let it fly. He rifles one that's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Harris going to get it again on second down. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point now by Boswell. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. They had the short field and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here's Rodgers to return. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Indy set to go on offense once more. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Looking to throw. Eason. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Let's take it inside his own 40. So possession goes over here on the punt. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On third down, here's Harris. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And the Steelers going to survive and advance as we set